Hi everybody, it's Miss Wareham and I'm here to show you how to do a simple Google Slide presentation. So first you just Google Slides sign in and you get to this main page. From here, you'll notice a plus sign in this upper corner by the word blank. We're going to click on that colorful plus sign and open a new presentation. This presentation we're going to call How I'm Feeling, where it said click to add title. I'm going to click it and type how I'm feeling. Where it says click to add subtitle, I click it and I write my name by Miss Wareham. Now, you guys have been doing a lot of projects and presentations, so we need to make sure we label the presentation. And up here where it says untitled presentation, the first thing we need to do is rename it. If you just click on that once, suddenly it's going to take on the title that you titled your presentation, How I'm Feeling. And so now it's got a label when you search for it in your drive. We're going to add all of our slides first, and then we'll go back and we'll make it fancy. So over here where you see this plus sign with the drop down arrow, we're going to just click on the plus sign and that's going to give us a new slide. If we clicked on the drop down arrow, it would give us different choices of types of slides that we could add, but we're mostly interested in just doing the title and body slides. So you can either do the drop down menu and click on title and body, or you can click on the plus sign. So you see now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 slides. I'm going to make one more slide. We're going to have a 5-slide presentation here. So now you can see that the number 5, the 5th slide is highlighted. I'm going to go back to the 2nd slide here on this menu on the left. And when that is orangish color, then you know that's the side you're on. So one thing I miss is what I'm going to type in the title there. One thing I miss. And something that I miss is seeing my friends at work. And then on the next slide, I'm going to click on the number 3 slide there. And I'm going to put one thing I don't miss. One thing I don't miss. Riding BART into the city. I don't miss that. Now we're going to go down to slide 4. So we'll click on the slide next to 4. And where it says click to add title, you click it. One bad thing. And where it says click to add text, you click it. And we are going to say one bad thing is missing my students coming check out books and learn through play. One bad thing is would be ... Okay, and now we're going to go to our 5th slide, the last slide. I'm going to go over to the slide on the right, and where it says click to add title, I'm going to click it and type one good thing is ... Where it says click to add text, I will click to say I get to spend a lot of time with my children. Okay, so now we've got all of the text that you need for this project. We're going to go up to our first slide, click on that slide number 1. And I want to point out real quick, if you look at the menu bar that's above this, you see the word background, right? And so we're going to change the background. And the first thing we're going to do is just change the color of the background. So here it says color, hit that arrow, and I'm going to make it a nice shade of blue. And you could add it to the theme and that would make all of your sides blue, but I don't actually want it to be on my theme. So I'm going to go back to white, add to theme, and now I'm going to change the background color back to blue, and I'm not going to hit add to theme this time. And you see here it says choose image. So on the next one we will choose an image. But for this side I'm done. Now when I look at the words, it's time to change the words. We need to change the menu bar to change the words. So instead of having these options, if you click on the words, suddenly your menu bar changes. And so we're going to select the words. You can select the whole line at once by doing 3 quick clicks. 1, 2, 3, and now you've selected it all. Or you can drag and select it if you prefer. But 1, 2, 3, and now straight above it you see the word Arial, like the mermaid. That's how you change this font or the style that the letters are in. So we're going to go to that arrow that points down, click on the arrow, and I'm going to click on the one that says righteous. How I'm feeling, righteous. Here I could make it smaller or bigger. And then we go to the B. The B makes it bold. The I makes it italic, goes slanty. The U helps you underline. The A changes the color of the words. So we could make those purplish. And you can do a highlight color, this pen, to give you a background color behind it. So now we've done all of that, and now we're going to do the same thing on the name. So our subtitle, 1, 2, 3 quick clicks. We've selected it. I think that it's nice when you keep the same font for an entire presentation, but at least for the whole page. That's my preference, but everybody has their own feelings. I'm not going to put bold on this time, but I am going to do the italics so it's slanted like the other one. I'm not going to underline it, but I am going to change the text color, and I'm not going to put, oh, I can't really see that very well. Contrast is the way that the color of the words show up on things, and when you don't have good contrast, it doesn't really work so well. So I'm going to try making it a darker color to see if it shows up better. That looks a lot nicer. Okay, so we kept it simple, but now we're going to go to the second side. On this side, one thing I miss, seeing my friends at work. So I really am lucky enough to have a lot of great people who I work with, and I do miss seeing them. And I'd like to change the background here. So we're going to go back up to background. And this time we're going to go to choose image. And we're going to be able to add some picture for our background. Here you see where it says Google Image Search. So we're going to click on Google Image Search. And I'm going to search for people together. Okay, so now I get to pick which of these feels like my friends at work. And I kind of like this one of people all putting their hands in together. You could pick whatever you like. Done. But now what I notice, remember we talked about contrast with the letters? It's pretty hard to read those words now. So I'm going to do 3 quick clicks on my words. 1, 2, 3. Highlight that. And the simplest thing to do would be to go to the highlight color. Remember, we use that to make the background, and just put some white behind it. That's the fastest thing to do. And we can do that 1, 2, 3, throw a highlight color, white behind it, and now I can see it. At least that way I can work with it. But I'd really like it to be centered. So while I've got this selected, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to show you how to center your text. So we go a little further along in this menu bar, and you're going to see these dot, dot, dots. And if you hover over it, you see the word more. So we're hovering over there and we've clicked on it and we've got new options. We're going to this option right here, the one that says align, and you're going to click on the down arrow next to it. Now we can easily center your work. You don't need to put spaces or tabs or any of that crazy stuff. Just go to the one that looks like things are centered. So this one, everything's on the left. This one is the one I want, center. Now suddenly my things are instantly centered. I'm going to do that to the front, to the title on this page, 1, 2, 3. Align, click on that down arrow and pick the option where the lines look like they're all in the center. Okay, so now that I've done that, I like it, but I want these words to be lower. So I'm going to actually here hit return, 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 and move that down in the box. Now for this one, I'm just going to move the whole box. You see when I click and I hold the button down, then I'm going to use my index finger while I'm holding the click button to select it. Then I'm going to drag the entire box down. And you can see the red lines tell me when I'm keeping things centered. I want to keep it centered and I want to drag the whole box down here towards the bottom. Okay, and I look and I see, do I like that? Well, I don't really want their hands being covered up, so I'm going to see if I can, I've still got, I can't select that box again because my other box is so big. So I'm going to go up to this blue square here at the top and I'm going to click on it, hold it. You can see I'm holding it because that red circle's there. And then once again, use my index finger to drag that box down while I'm holding it selected. Okay, and so now that box is small and I can't even see my words. So I'm going to click on the blue square at the bottom, hold it down, drag that down a little bit and see if I can find my words again. Oh no, where'd they go? You know, the best thing about Google Slides, when you have something and you don't know what happened, you can go up here to this arrow that's pointing backwards, kind of jumping backwards. It says undo. Click undo, and that didn't fix my problem. Undo. That didn't fix my problem. Undo. Oh, all of a sudden I can see my words again. And if I do one more undo, now I'm back here before I change that. So let me look at this again. Maybe this time when I move my box down, I'm not going to drag it down quite so far. I want it to just go here above the hands. And drag the bottom square, drag the top square, and there I go. So now I can see the words and I see the hands, and that slide I feel pretty good about, except for I think the words seeing my friends at work could be a little bit darker. So I'm gonna highlight those words, go to the A for text color. I'm gonna make them nice and black and maybe bold. And I think I'll make these words bold too. Oh, nah, actually, bold. There you go. Okay. Oh no, I made my words go away again. Backwards arrow, backwards arrow. I'm gonna just leave it alone this time. Move on to the next slide. One thing I don't miss, writing Bart into the city. So do you guys remember how to add a background image? So we're gonna go to background, image, choose image, click on it. And this time I need to erase the search term people together. I'm going to highlight that, click delete, or I could just delete it one letter at a time, and type in BART train. See what search I get. Okay, this to me looks like writing BART. Actually, I'm gonna change my search term. That's a BART train, and I've got a good BART train, but I want crowded BART train. See if I can get a different picture. Crowded BART train. This is more like what BART feels like. Okay, let's see. My image is going, so I'm going to click the word done. And that is more what it feels like writing BART on the week. Once again, my words, they're not really showing up. So I'm going to start writing BART into the city. I'm going to triple click on that. 1, 2, 3. And that I'm going to make bold. I'm going to make black. And I'm going to make it bigger. With that plus sign next to the number, right? Increase the font size, decrease the font size. Make it bigger, make it smaller. Okay, one thing I don't miss, I want to select those words. And you know I like the 3 quick clicks, but you could click on it and select it by dragging it over if you prefer. Make it bold. Go to the plus sign to make it bigger. And let's see what the words look like now. It's hard to read writing BART into the city, and the M in that is blocked by the black line. So this is where I think the highlighter would be helpful. 1, 2, 3. Go back up here over to highlight color, that little pen. Click on the pen, and I'm going to go pick a nice light color that my black will show up on. And I'm going to do it again for writing BART into the city. 1, 2, 3. And go up to my pen, highlight color, select it, and pick a nice white color. Should I center it? Do you guys remember how? We go up to those 3 dots over here where you have more options, and to this one on the far left that has the word align. If you hover over it, align, and we're going to the one where the words look like they're in the center. Now this one also looks like they're in the center. This time they spread out the spaces to make sure that it is even on both sides, but I like just a plain regular center. One thing I don't miss, let's center that, and we're good to go. Next slide. So we're going down here. We've done 1, 2, 3. Let's do slide 4. One bad thing is missing my students coming to check out books and learn through play. So this time I am going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to change the background to a color. And this color, I'm going to do a nice blue. Done. And we're going to insert 2 images, one with books and one with play. So up here, first I need to make those words darker. So click on the words, highlight the words, change the color of the words, and make them a little bigger, and make them bold. B for bold. Okay. Oh, I don't like that when I made it bold, it takes up 2 lines now. So what are my options? I could make it smaller, I could take the bold off, or I could do undo. Which one do you want to do? I'm going to go down 1 size, and it looks like it fits now. And one bad thing is I want to make that bold as well. Okay, so now I want to insert 2 images. I'm going to go up to this word insert, click on insert, and you see the square with the 2 mountains in it, image, and we're going to go to search the web. If you do have pictures in your drive, then you would be able to use those, but right now we're going to search the web. And I'm going to search for books. That's a nice pile of books. So I click on it, and it looks like because I've got my Screencastify going over here, I can't actually hit the select button for inserting an image. So we will do that in another lesson, and this time we will go back to just insert image, search the web, books. You could click on this, and then when you do, you would click done and select that. But we're going to close that out and instead go to our background, changing background. I don't have that menu bar, and I need that menu bar back. So if you click in this space between the slide, then all of a sudden I have the menu bar that has the word background on it again. Click on background, and we'll choose an image. We have to get rid of crowded BART train, so I'm going to highlight those words and delete them. And school library. I'll try school library and see what I can find. Okay. I want a school library that looks like a lot of fun with a lot of kids. This one looks like they're having fun. Let's try inserting that. And we can see what we've got. Done. Do I like that picture? Sure, why not? But I noticed that my words are pretty hard to see. So what can we do? We could change the color, we could highlight them, and we can move them. I'm going to start just by putting the highlight color behind it, white. Oh, see how I only selected the word thing? So let's try doing it again. 3 quick clicks, make sure I've selected the whole thing, highlight color, white. Okay, and do that on this. And let's see, those words are kind of falling on that lady's head. Let's see if I can bring them up a little bit. And the way that I bring them up is by moving the actual box. So you see those squares there? You can move your boxes around a little bit. If you move the box in the middle on the top or the bottom, then that's just how you bring things up and down. But if you move it from the corners, then it changes the whole size of your box. If you move it just from the things on the side, it can stretch things out so that your words look more stretched out. But if you do it from the corners, then that's what you would want to use for images. So you don't change the aspect ratio of the images. So we'll work on finding a way I can show you guys how to do that. But I'm going to go back up here and move that box. This box, I'd like to lift it up a little bit. So I'm going to that center square here, lift it up a little bit, and now those words have moved up. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. And so we're on our last slide. Are you guys ready to finish this off? Click on slide number 5 on that menu bar on the side. One good thing is I get to spend a lot of time with my children. So background, image, choose image, delete school library, and write children. And none of these are my children, but I'm not going to put pictures of my kids up on the internet. So I'm just going to pick these 2 kids, these 2 kids, and I'll pretend that those are my children. Click on done. Oh, they are such cute kids. I like those children. They're not mine, but we can pretend. Now you can see my words really disappeared here. So I'm going to 3 quick clicks. I want to make those words go way down at the bottom under those kids' red shoes. So I'm going to take that center blue square and drag it way down. And then take the bottom square and move the bottom of it. And take the top of it and move the top of it. And take the bottom of it and move the bottom of it. And now it's in the place I want, sort of. 1, 2, 3 quick clicks. I want it centered, so we need to go to More, Align, our second option. I've centered it, and can you see it yet? Still no, so let's make it nice and dark. I'll make it bold, and I'll change the color of the words by hitting that A with the line under it for text color. Make it nice and black, and I get to spend a lot of time with my children. It's easier to see, but it's still not perfect. I think it needs that highlight behind it. So 1, 2, 3 quick clicks. Go to highlight color, white. Let's see how that looks. That's pretty good. The one good thing is I don't want those dots to be right over this poor cute kid's face. So I'll click on those words so I can get that text box. I'm going to slide the square over here to the left a little bit. If I move that box to the left, I can get that dot off his face. Click and see. That looks better, but I think it needs to have some bold. And if I highlight it, the highlight is going to make a big white box over his head. So I think I'm not going to highlight that one because I don't want to put the white box over his head. So now we've made a Google slide presentation. We've changed lots of different things about it. And we have made it look pretty fabulous. I'm going to have different add-ons to this little workshop to teach you how to add audio. So that will be the next Screencastify. Come join us for our next session. I hope you learned a little bit about using Google Slides to create presentations, and I look forward to being with you in person real soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.